And welcome to the podcast, welcome to the vodcast, welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean. This is...
Wow, you're a Xennial. My name is Nick.
I'm a Xennial.
I'm a Millennial.
Right.
And we are Gen Xers this week. No Brian this week. It's just the two of us. But if this is your first time joining our lovely show, we are typically three friends that represent three different generations, and we talk about all kinds of nerd and pop culture stuff. We are all over social media, aren't we, Dean? We're on all the social media platforms. Over. Every damn one you can think of, almost.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like links to all of those places, Dean, where would you go to find a bunch of links?
I would say you would go to somebody's Linktree account.
A tree of links, if you will.
A tree of links.
That's a good call.
Yeah, well, that's where I would go.
You're in luck because we have one of those. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can just Google it. Just type it in the Google machine. Convincing Idiots Linktree. K-T-R-E-E, a trio links, and there you will have links to our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I almost said Snapchat. We don't have one of those. I said almost all of them. We don't have one of those. After Brian hears this, we probably will.
There's a good chance.
It might be happening soon. Also, you can visit our shiny new website. That is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. WORDPRESS.com. Convincingidiots.wordpress.com. Word to your mother. We are also, in lieu of all that, we are available wherever you listen to your podcast, wherever you're hearing us come to you right now. You could also ask your home assistant device. That's the one to play the Convincing Idiots podcast. And it might say back to you, not this week. I'm not playing this week's, because these two are going to drive this fucker down into the ground.
All we have to do is just grab the things of the what do they call them? It's not steering wheel with a plane, right?
The reins. The reins of a horse has reins.
A horse has reins. I'm talking about the joystick or whatever to the airplane, and we're just nosediving right into the fucking mountain.
Dipsy Dad.
Dipsy Dad. That's right.
Dipsy Dad is the
I forgot that it was a Dipsy Dad.
That's what it is. Yes.
So Dean, this week.
Sorry. This is where Brian.
We don't know who to use Brian or who's going to do Brian's job.
Yeah, I don't know who is Brian.
Let me try this. How about we start by doing some tryouts, right?
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Tryouts.
All right. How about this?
Yes. I like that's very good. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to.
Anyway.
Mine's going to be this of saying something like this in disappointment to something that Dean says. And I'll just kind of stroke where a beard would be on me if I were able to grow one proper. And I will just.
It's good though.
Kind of. Yes.
Look at me in disappointment.
I don't know about that, but
that's good.
Maybe, yeah.
That is good.
Yes.
So we can start by saying Brian is out with malaria of the taint.
It's about this age that strikes people. It strikes him right. I mean, he's lived a full life. I mean, he's he's up there in age, so he's lived a full life.
You gotta watch your taint.
Yeah, he got 50 episodes in on this show, so he leaves behind quite the legacy.
That's right. No, yes. Brian is out on vacation with his lovely girlfriend, Allie. They are. He says that they're, riding bikes and sightseeing and stuff. Let's face it, they're probably robbing banks. I mean, I don't want to say that for sure.
Typically, when people come across as down to earth and kind as two people like Brian and Allie do, that's usually a cover. Like, I don't feel like that many people are that nice or level-headed to just like actually be that. So that's a pretty good theory. I would not be too surprised about reading about them in the paper. That would not necessarily strike me as odd. So
nope, not at all. Not at all.
So anyway, so he's not here. We are here.
We
Dean,
are here.
What's the important people who decided to show up this week? What have you been up to? You here? I'm here. What's up?
Well, this weekend I think I went on a Summit County, the county here in Ohio that we live in Barberton. There's a brew path situation where they give you a list on a pamphlet, a list of different craft breweries to visit around the county. And there's got to be like 20 some on there. And you have like
I think it grows a little bit every year.
10 months to do it. It does. Well, we took some off that list this weekend.
Nice.
And then
what was your favorite one that you visited this weekend?
Oh boy. Acronym.
What's the favorite one? Where's the favorite one that you visited that you remember this weekend?
That's a good point. I think Acronym was pretty damn good. Oh, you know which one? What is the 15? Lock 15? Is it Lock 15?
Yeah. I think is it Lock 15 or you were there?
I do. I have poor audio connection. I don't know why. Sorry. My phone paused there.
Yes.
Am I breaking up though? Am I pixelating or anything?
Just a little bit. You kind of stuck, but you're good. You're fine. So you went to Acronym and Lock 15 or 5 or 10 plus 5, whatever it was. Right. You enjoyed that one. Okay.
Lock 15 was probably the one that had the most, like the whole, because we had flights, to try a little bit of everything. And I think that one is the one we enjoyed the most. It had all 5 that we really enjoyed together. There was this watermelon one. It was pretty good.
Sour?
No, actually.
No.
It was I think it was an ale or something like that.
Interesting.
But one of the breweries we tried I have it on my Facebook page, but it was a sparkling seltzer, and it had like edible glitter in it.
Huh. Nifty.
I'd never had a seltzer before, but this was quite delicious.
Huh. I had a seltzer actually when we went, and you were there as well, at the Hootie and the Blowfish Bare Naked Ladies concert. Was that last summer? I think it was last summer. Or 2 summers. No, it couldn't have been last summer.
2 summers ago.
Correct. Yeah, right, COVID. So anyway, I had one there. I actually bought one for Robin because I thought, she doesn't really drink that much anymore, for those that don't know.
Just give it a shot.
But give it a shot and see what they're like. And, they were all the rage, and, they were really blowing up the time. So got myself a beer, got her hard seltzer, and she took a couple sips of it and wasn't really a fan, so she gave it to me. And I like the flavor of them. They're just really fucking dry. Like, they're super dry.
I agree.
Like, I mean, like I said, all the flavors are great and everything, but yeah, it just kind of like leaves you thirstier afterwards. Maybe that's part of the. That's why everybody gets so banged up on White Claws, just because they just keep downing them because they just can't quite
drink more.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's cool. I know a lot of breweries are, doing seltzers now and stuff because they sell, and
it was my first
they're very
one.
popular. Yeah.
I mean, if I'm gonna have a first one of a seltzer, might as well be edible glitter, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now, and then one thing I did want to mention that I did, me and my son, as you know, are huge Halloween fans.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the movie, but the holiday itself.
Right.
And Spirit Halloween is open in Wadsworth.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Oliver keeps asking me over and over again, because we've been to Wadsworth a couple times, and he's like, you can see the signs up, and he's like, Spirit Halloween's open. And I'm like, I don't think they're open yet, because when we go by, it hasn't been open. So, all right, cool. Good to know.
And now, next door to it, they're opening a Five Below.
Oh, okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, I may hold off on telling him that it's actually open, because he has wanted to be, I'm going to guesstimate, at least 400 different things since last Halloween that he's noted and said, like, for Halloween, I want to be X. So I'm probably going to wait until it gets closer to Halloween, just to minimize the begging for costumes that he'll change his mind on in a couple of weeks, but that's good to know.
Well, once you get to that point, once he narrows it down, let me know. We have so many damn different costumes type deals back there. Like, we have Jason masks and Freddy gloves and all that deal. So if you choose one, let me know. We'll see what I have.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
So what about you? What'd you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend? Friday night, let me tell you, my beer league hockey team, which is, for those that don't know, when you're playing men's league hockey, there's A, B, and C league. A league is for the people that used to play college and maybe semi-pro, didn't quite make it to the bigs, but maybe had some experience playing professional. B is people who are pretty good but never, did anything with hockey. C is for people of all sorts of skill levels. If you've played growing up, if you haven't, mostly we're bad. That's where I play. Anyway, I digress. My C League hockey team, not to disparage myself or any of my teammates, of course, we all know, a few of which listen to this show on occasion, but we actually won our league championship on Friday night. We got to hoist the cup. It was a great win, all-around team victory. So that was a special night. That was fun. We had fun with that, skating around the rink with the trophy and drinking out of it. And
awesome.
Congratulations. Thank you. We took it out to the bar with us and stuff like that. I got to say, I was really impressed on that note when we took it out to the bar with us. One guy, there was a table sitting across from us. We took the trophy and sat it on the table where we were all sitting. And one guy, was a group of them. They were all wearing like blue polos. Okay, I guess they were coaches from Lake School, a school around here in the Canton area. The one guy goes, "That's pretty awesome. What'd you guys win?" We tell him. He goes, "That's awesome." He's like, "We won our football game tonight, our coaching staff for the high school team." We're like, "Oh, that's awesome." He goes, "Yeah." And he's like, we're talking to this guy and he goes, "Man," he's like, "I really want to drink a beer out of that thing." And we're like, "Well, you can, like, go ahead." Like, yeah. And he goes, "You know what? That sounds pretty good." He goes, "I'll tell you what, you buy me a beer and I'll drink it out of that trophy." And we all just kind of looked at each other like, that's a really nice trick, but like, why would we care that much, stranger, to buy you a beer to drink out of our trophy? Like, so, but we all kind of laughed and we were all kind of quiet for a minute and we just started laughing. And then he kind of like knew he was caught. And I was like, that's pretty good. I'm like, I'm going to have to try that at some point if I'm ever in a situation like that. So, but yeah, no, good time with the boys on Friday. It was fun. And then this weekend, just hung out with the family. We did some shopping, went out to dinner. We were in the Wadsworth area as well. So yeah, just, hanging out with the fam, doing our thing. It's a good weekend all around. So
very good. Very, very good.
So, Dean, do you know today is a very special day?
Today is a very special day.
Today is a very special day.
Well, I don't know if we're on the same page, but
I was going to say, I don't know if you know why it's special.
I think we are.
Okay.
If you look back, this starts back, and I don't know if you know this. This predates today, right? Okay. If you go back and watch the Disney Marvel Studios WandaVision, it was like the first episode where they couldn't figure out why there was a heart on the calendar. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Well, it was August 24th on there. Now, are we on the same page?
I don't know that it has anything to do with WandaVision, unless
it might not have, but it's a hell of a coincidence.
It into this. Okay, you go. I'm intrigued.
I was talking about the SpiderMan trailer that just dropped.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, I've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
I just didn't know that tied into that at all. I didn't realize that.
I don't know if it actually does or if that's what the date is, but it just happened to be a coincidence that they dropped the first trailer of the Spider-Man movie with the WandaVision date on that calendar.
Dude, if they did that on purpose, that's some like
Brilliant.
galaxy brain shit. Like that's
No
amazing.
shit, right?
That's really good.
It would explain why, like, it would have dropped a long time ago, but like people are like, man, why aren't they putting it out? It would have kind of explained that. Like they were like, no, we're waiting. We have a date.
Yeah.
We're waiting.
Yeah.
But
That's
you did
awesome.
see the trailer?
I did. Yes, I watched it today, and I thought it was good. I was intrigued. I like how my favorite thing in the trailer is how Doctor Strange just wears a hoodie around the house. He's just wearing a hoodie
sweatpants
and sweatpants
and the fucking cape
and the cape. Yes, I was like, I like that he's got a hoodie on under that cape. That's nice. That's a good touch.
I mean, going from like, oh my god, I'm not gonna watch that fucking movie to like, I'm still not gonna watch a movie, but he's now probably my favorite superhero.
Yeah. If there was ever a favorite character that I refused to watch their movies,
yeah, totally. I mean, it's. I mean, the dude as an actor is awesome. Actually,
for the record,
ordered one of his movies.
I actually have nothing against watching the Doctor Strange movies. What I did see of it before, and granted, I think I don't know if I was hungover that day. There might have been different variables as to why I fell asleep a half hour in. I know it started slow, and I didn't really have like a ton of like.
Somebody got into some jazz cabbage.
Some jazz cabbage. Took a visit to the neighbors. Had some jazz cabbage. Jazz cabbage. I like that. Now I don't know why. We've kind of ran with that here on the show, but I will have to make a point to watch Doctor Strange because I mean, not only does he have another movie coming out, but now it's bleeding into the Spider-Man stuff, and so I mean, I don't know that it's necessary for me to see it to watch Spider-Man. I imagine I get the gist of what he does, so probably not. But you know, still, it would be cool to see.
Benedict Cumberbatch is a terrific actor, all on its own, right?
Yeah.
He was in a movie. I don't know a lot of people. It didn't get like theatrical. There's the word.
It didn't get threats. That's good.
Yeah.
It didn't get threats. Theatrical, praise.
You say threats or Tourette's because that's kind of fucking what I sounded like too. No, but it was called Current Wars, where it is the story about Alexander Graham Bell, or Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla. Their like feud, like them feuding about whose energy was going to be kind of the primary energy.
And then at the end, they come together and create synergy.
No, Thomas Edison gives us what we look around, and Nikola Tesla died a poor, sad old man in an apartment in New York.
Oh, kind of like that guy that made Batman, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill, something or another.
Batman and Bill, or Batman and Bob, or Batman and whatever.
Batman and Bill.
Have we ever talked about that on this show?
I think we did early.
Maybe. Yeah, that's a good. What was that?
It's a great documentary. Yes, it was on Hulu. Okay. Great documentary.
Cool. All right, I'm going to do Brian proud and wrangle it in now because I feel like we're spider-webbing, no pun intended, but now it is intended because it's fucking awesome. We're on many different things, and there's different things I wanted to talk about off of that. But back to Spider-Man for now. Okay, Spider-Man trailer was good. We liked it.
Spider-Man trailer was great.
I enjoy the fact that they brought What's-His-Nuts back to play Dr. Octopus. I'm not going to pretend like I forgot his name because I didn't. I just don't think I know it. But that's pretty cool. And then, so this is, as if we were to understand correctly, right, it has been confirmed this will include Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield.
No, not confirmed.
No? Oh,
not confirmed. What is confirmed is Doc Ock, Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. Is back.
So it has to be, right?
I mean, they're not saying it's not confirmed. That's all I'm saying. It's not confirmed, but yeah, all of the Sandman, William Hayden Church.
As long as they keep Topher Grace the fuck out of my Venom, I don't care like who they bring back.
No, one of the rumors is one of the timeline or multiverse that's going to bleed into it is the Venom that you like with
the Tom Hardy one. Okay, Tom Hardy. Yeah, I would love that. Yeah,
that's a rumor.
Okay,
but you saw like the big Sandman in one of the scenes in the background of like a big sand monster. So I'm guessing Thomas Hayden Church. they didn't show it particularly, but the only person to actually been confirmed before any of these videos came out was Jamie Foxx with Electro.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So they didn't show him, but they'd already confirmed him, so they didn't have to show
Awesome.
show everybody what it looks like.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't.
You can't go wrong with bringing Jamie Foxx back into anything.
Correct.
I mean, it's going to be good. So that's cool. Yeah, I like the trailer. I thought it was good. Looking forward to seeing what all that entails. But yeah, very, very, very cool trailer. It was a long one. It was like 3 minutes long. It was. Yeah.
I mean, it took a while to get here, so I hope it does.
Yes. Okay, well, now I digress. That was...
Digress? What is yours? I was gonna say, were we on the same page?
We were not. We were not.
All right.
My big day, I don't know if you've heard this. I mean, it has been on the news. It's
okay.
Kind of a big deal. Much like the Halloween holiday that you enjoy, much like the return of Spirit Halloween that we all enjoy and our children enjoy. Something for all us adults, all us most basic of creatures. We all enjoy the PSL, and it is PSL Day today. Starbucks has come back with the PSL. The Pumpkin Spice Latte returns in Starbucks today. So get your basic on, go get a Pumpkin Spice Latte, and enjoy that.
Okay.
It's PSL Day. When you said it was on the WandaVision and they had a heart drawn on it, I'm like, does it happen this day every? I'm like, what are the odds that he's talking about Pumpkin Spice Lattes? Because I'm like, what the hell else happened today? Even though I did watch the Spider-Man trailer.
Okay. We're going to get a little behind the curtains. Let's pull it back for a minute. Mm-hmm. And the only thing you and I, knowing that we were coming to do this by ourselves, the only thing that you and I had talked about was Spider-Man. So that's why I assumed, I thought you were going to start by going, okay, let's get into it. I like this.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought that would have been Spider-Man. So
I mean, you overshadowed my Pumpkin Spice Latte.
I apologize.
Yeah. Getting a little behind
Speaking
the scenes.
Of pumpkin spice, that's what I'm drinking. I don't know how to say this.
I think it's Elysian.
Elysian
out of Seattle, Washington.
Dark of the Moon Pumpkin Stout.
Yes.
Yeah, this bad boy.
I know it is the brand that makes Space Dust, and I fucking love Space Dust.
This is delicious.
Yes. But yeah, that was a sampler pack. I have the same one in my fridge, actually, we were talking about before we started the show. But it's a sampler pack, and there's a coffee pumpkin stout. There's all different kinds. There's
Imperial Ale and then regular pumpkin ale.
Yeah, the 12-pack is 3 count of 4 different types of beers. Is that right? Yes. Okay.
Correct.
So I have not broken into any of mine yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So
you're going to like the stout.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Cool. Nice. All right. Other news this week. Actually, this broke I would say maybe less than 2 hours ago. So you might not even know about this, but get ready to have your Earth absolutely shattered. Are you ready for this? Does this have anything
to do with WandaVision?
It does not. It does not. It does not. Unless, I don't know. I mean, maybe they foresaw this too.
All right. I'm game. Let's do it.
Today, only hours ago, it broke via TMZ that one Kanye West has filed to legally change his name to just Ye. Did you know? Did you foresee this coming? I mean, granted, he's been calling himself Ye for years, short for Kanye, but he has now filed the motion to legally change his name to Ye instead of Kanye West. And just so you know that I'm dedicated to this show, I went and searched for pop culture news like 60 solid minutes before we came on here, and I was like, that takes the cake. That's the one. That is the one. Dean's speechless right now. Dean doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to believe anymore. Like
all I believe,
Kanye, Yeezy, he is now just Ye. He doesn't know what to do.
That numbnut should have changed his name to Boo instead of Ye.
Boo.
Boo.
Boo. Boo. All right.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Kanye West other than he's a slightly crazy. That's about it. I'm sure I've heard his music in the background.
Yeah, he's
somewhere.
Yeah. He's been diagnosed to have he's bipolar and depression, things like that, and he's had stints in and out of wellness centers, we'll call them rehabilitation centers. So yeah. Anyway, that's the news that I found in pop culture to bring you. And like I said, it's fresh. It is fresh. It just broke.
Fresh.
When I found the article, it said
I can smell it. It's like it's coming out of the oven.
55 minutes ago via TMZ. So you probably heard it here first, and you're welcome. So there you go.
Well, this is we got like 4 days before this drops, so I'm sure everybody will have heard it already. But
oh shit, yes.
But
damn,
it ain't live. Fuck, we'll do it live.
If only I could see it in the future, like WandaVision. Damn it.
Well, I think one thing that I did want to say, our show, Commenting Idiots here, would not be the same without a death notice. Dun dun.
Shit.
Yeah. It looks like Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts is dead at 80 years old.
Oh, damn. Now, is he I don't know, like my history of the Rolling Stones is not, I mean, I'm familiar with Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, but as far as like, have they been an original piece band? Is it all the same guys? Have guys come and gone? Is this an original member? Do you know that? Am I asking you questions that you didn't prepare for?
I didn't think you'd ask me fucking follow-up questions to this. Jesus Christ.
Okay. So
that's all I got.
Right, well, I didn't...
The drummer's dead. He could have been a drummer like 40 years ago. Could have been yesterday. I don't know.
Is he like the Ramones, where there's different ones, but they use their first name and just change their last name to Ramon? Like, how many different ones have there been? Is there like...
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I got the headline. And I got one more death. While we laugh at this fella.
No, wait a minute. That is sad news. I'm sorry to hear that. The Rolling Stones are I don't know, because Dean didn't come fully prepared. I don't know if this guy wrote the classics or helped or not, or just toured, but whatever. That's very sad.
The only other thing that I read under there,
he's 80 though.
He seemed like a little pretentious. Like he didn't like any other, like he didn't think any other band was good enough, even his own. Like he always.
Some people call that a perfectionist or dedicated to their craft, but Dean's just gonna fucking talk shit about this guy that just died.
All right, moving on. That guy rolled down the hill.
Okay, well, that is sad news. But 80 years old, fuck. I mean, that's a full life, and you got to play with the Rolling Stones, whether you helped originate them or not. You were part of the Rolling Stones, so that is incredible. All joking aside, that's nuts. So.
All right, so I got one more death to wrap our death segment up here.
There's a certain there's a certain flow or ambiance that having Brian on the show with us brings. It's like I got another death. Instead of an obituary section or a sad passing this week, it's some guys died. I got another death. Okay, who?
No, but this one's kind of interesting.
Okay,
his name was Igor Bobkovinsky.
You sure?
30 died 38 years old. Heart disease, right? Minnesota. Okay. The world's tallest man at 7 foot 8 inches tall.
Really?
Yeah.
7'8".
Yep.
Now, is he? Here come the questions. I hope you studied out.
I did read a little bit of this about this guy. If not, I'm gonna fucking make it up. Go ahead.
So he's not the tallest man ever, right?
No,
because like Yao Ming's man. Like, yeah, okay, he was the tallest living man. Wait, no, how tall's Yao Ming?
I don't know.
That dude's like 7. That guy's almost 8, isn't he?
Well, but he's not from USA. I think it might be USA.
Oh,
I thought it. I wrote the tallest man in the world.
Okay.
I don't know how tall Yo-Yo Ma Ming is. I don't know.
Yao Ming, yeah, formerly of the Houston Rockets. Remember, you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I do. What are you in China or something like that?
I believe he was Chinese. Yes.
Yeah.
But he was a really, really tall guy.
He was tall.
Okay. I mean, you better come ready for the quiz, man. You better get all your studying done.
All right. So you got it. What's important is that these fellas rest in peace, and let's
absolutely.
Let's just hope their families are doing okay, and that they had life insurance. Because I know if I was going to get life insurance, you know who I would call?
No matter
Blake
what size you are, you call Blake Insurance. Yep.
Tall, short, drummer, guitarist. I'm calling Blake Insurance. Tell you, Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio. They offer auto, home, renter's business, or even, like I said, life insurance. Very, very important, especially for those two. You see, Erie Insurance is above all else in service. You want to call 234-571-5359. Again, 234-571-5359, or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. And when you call and you see Mr. Blake, you tell them that an idiot sent you.
That's right. He'll know. He'll know what that means.
Well, he probably knows a lot of
He
idiots.
actually will know what that means. I'll be like, who would say that? Dean said that,
right.
Probably.
Yeah. Even
maybe a couple,
even if I wasn't on this podcast.
No, it's still mean, Dean. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know, Aaron is such a stand-up guy, and you know, Blake Insurance, they're great people over there. We love them dearly. Aaron is such a great insurer that he would probably insure that your drum set be taken care of as well, and he would probably step right in. Aaron Blake could probably play drums for the Rolling Stones. Aaron is a musician. Guitar. Aaron is. I was going to say, you've known him longer than I. Does he play the drums? Has he ever played the drums?
I've never seen him play the drums, but as everybody should know, that our intro to this podcast, that is Aaron Blake, original music.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Written and composed. Yes. Very good. All right. Well, that was a good note to take a break on, probably.
Yes, that's right.
That's right. Good time to take a break?
It is a good time to take a break.
It sure would be nice to get a little visit from an old-time friend, wouldn't it?
It would be. It's always nice.
Yeah.
It's always nice.
As much as I enjoy the company of the two of us together, it's, you know, sometimes you need that little extra something. So maybe we'll hear that, and maybe we'll hear you on the other side of it. Or you'll hear us on the other side of it. We won't hear you. That's not how podcasts work. You'll hear us on the other side of it.
Yell at your phone. Let's see.
We're listening.
I can hear you. I can hear it.
All right. We will be back. I don't know how to pause it. Oh, you're pausing it. That's because it's you.
Oh, I'm doing
Brian, come back! Brian!
Three, two.
Hey, y'all. We're back. It's Convincing Idiots. There's just two idiots this time. That's right. You in a whole lot of trouble. Ain't no Brian here.
Ain't nobody here to save you.
Nope. So we have been talking about Marvel and pumpkin spice lattes, Kanye West name change, people that died. It's been a real shit show so far.
But if we just, as we're coming back, we do want to remind everybody that the idiots are still strong. It's just Brian is out having half his left testicle removed, and he'll be back next week stronger.
Yeah, you can't carry that much dust around with you all the time. It's just you gotta just take it off. Take it off.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not a big deal really that Brian's here. Like, he's just like the guy that sends the links to the video chat. He's also the guy that records them, saves them, edits them, uploads them.
Make sure we stay on fucking topic.
Yeah, like, we're fine. Like, it's fine.
Oh yeah, like it's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
Everything's fine. We're totally fine. We've got this. This video is 100% going to come through solid, not corrupted. Like, he'll have no problem editing it.
Life's fine.
People will definitely hear this. I have every confidence in the world. People are definitely going to hear this. Yeah, this won't be a lost episode. Not at all.
And if it is, I'm going to I'll watch it and I will write everything down that we say, and I will I will download it as a transcript.
Stenographer Dean, will you please read
right.
the Convincing Idiot podcast for us, please?
And Nick said, "Yay!"
Mm-hmm.
He seemed very happy that this album was coming out.
Mm-hmm. Whee! So, Dean, what else is on the docket? What's going on in the world? What do we need to know about?
Actually, one thing I did write down. I could have. It's not a big story, but
I wrote down: try to spell boobies on calculator. Seems like it is popular.
No, I just one thing I did write down. Is Nicky Meat? Is that a correct term? Never mind.
No. It
will I get in trouble for that one?
It could be Nicky Meat.
Nicky Meat.
Nicky Meat.
I like Nicky Meat.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. I like that term. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Nicky Meat.
I'm a fan of Nicky Meat.
Yeah. Who isn't? We're talking about me, right?
Right. Are you offended?
No, I'm not.
Then I don't think I'm gonna get in trouble for that one.
Nor is my meat offended. Everyone likes the term Nicky Meat.
Everybody's on board.
Everybody's on board. 3 thumbs up.
All right. I like it. No, did you hear that Paul Stanley in an interview was professing his fandom and love for Metallica?
I did not. Interesting.
I thought that was interesting. Yeah,
that's a story Brian would have liked.
I know. That's
and his left wayward testicle.
Oh, rest in peace.
That's interesting. I'm trying to think of the timeline on that. Well, Metallica, Metallica started in the 80s, like early 80s.
Early 80s.
Or, I mean, who knows when the inception of when it actually started, but early 80s. But Kiss was putting out albums in the 70s.
Early 80s, they were probably on their first farewell tour, I would assume. So,
yeah, you're not far off on that.
They were out and about.
Yeah.
No, I think the quote was, "How can you not be a Metallica fan?"
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, even though they're definitely different styles of rock music, I would say Kiss being what they were at the time that they came out, would be forward thinkers to different, I wouldn't see them just because they came out in maybe more of a classic, or what is now considered a classic rock era, or their music wasn't, we'll say, like on the heavier side, or a metal side, like a Metallica. I think being the way that they built their brand and the way that they had to come up, and they would probably appreciate people doing different styles of things, and making their own path.
I think just as a musician, you have to have that eclectic fandom, things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
It's going to be outside the realm of what you do, especially since, if you do it night in and night out, you're going to want to hear something different, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine how sick you would be if you were like, I always think that all the time, like when you go to, go to a concert of a band that not only that you like or that's very popular, like has a hit song, like, I don't know, like, I like Matchbox 20 a lot. Okay.
Yes, me too.
And, I'm sure 3 a.m. is a special song to Rob Thomas because he wrote it about his mother who had cancer when he was young, and she's fine now and she's recovered. But at a certain point, do you get tired? Because you literally, like, not only at every Matchbox 20 show ever, it doesn't matter if you're making an appearance and playing a couple songs or you're playing your own show and you're playing a full set. 3 a.m.'s in the thing, is on the set every single time. Not only that, let's say you're just Rob Thomas and you're doing your solo stuff and you're not with Matchbox 20. You still have to perform 3 a.m. Like literally every time you step on a stage. Like, do you ever get sick of that song? You're ever just like, God, like, Kiss, Rock and Roll All Night. Like, I think we had a Kiss episode where Brian and myself talked about how much we like them, and we're explaining things to you. But what's the Kiss song that you know? What's the main one you think of when you think of Kiss?
I want to rock and roll all night.
Right? That's my least favorite Kiss song. And I don't know if it's because I just don't think it has like the lyrical or musical depth of some of their other stuff, but like, or it's just the fact that like I hear it way more than all the rest, and I'm like, I don't care to ever hear the song again.
But
like, it's just not.
a
It's
quick
whatever,
example. Quick example. Fucking Freebird. Leonard Skinner.
Fucking Freebird.
How? I mean, not only would people screaming out to them no matter where they play, but they scream out to fucking everybody. It could be at a goddamn country music festival, and somebody's yelling out Freebird.
It's not even them, yeah. It's Freebird! We play Freebird! Yeah, that's true. That would be difficult because, I mean, obviously as a singer-songwriter, that stuff would be special to you because you wrote it. It's like your baby, you know, you made this thing and it saw massive success and you're thankful for it, but like, goddamn, you're like, I could not hear that song for like a year or two and like not play it and it would be cool. But yeah, I mean, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, look at all of the different. If you would like, in an interview, ask who these people's, who any of these artists, rock and roll, country, doesn't matter. It would be interesting to see who they're, who are you listening to right now?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Who's on your shuffled, on your Pandora or whatever?
Yeah.
You know, what stations are you listening? It would be interesting.
What's your favorite artist you've heard in the last year or something like that?
Right. And I think you'd be surprised.
Yeah. I would imagine it is oftentimes something outside of their genre. I mean, just because, you know, and nothing against that, but like you kind of, it would be, I think, tricky. Like, let's say, you know, you were a rapper and you idolized a certain artist and then you go like, you know, you would want to be cautious to not necessarily like copy their style because you're listening so much to them. You know what I mean? It might be easy to go, I make this type of music. I like this band that makes this type of music. But now because I listen to them so much, like my music's starting to sound like their music. You know what I mean? Like that would be a tricky thing to navigate.
See, and my hopes is like if you ask like James Hetfield, right? You know, who is your, you know, when you want to wind down, you want to unwind, get away from Metallica, get away from, you know, that, what are you listening to?
Mm-hmm.
I really want him to say like fucking Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm sure he probably does like something like, yeah, right.
Just to fucking wind down, you know,
you know, man,
out.
I haven't heard him in a while, but I always was a big fan of Enya. You remember Enya? Enya was a great band. Love Enya. Like to see the reunion tour of Enya. I don't even know if Enya's still a thing.
I don't even know who Enya is.
Enya was that. You're ready to sing it for you?
By all means.
Had that one song that you've heard that. Who can say the road only time? That's what it's called. Only time. That's the one.
I never knew the artist's name.
I'm sure that's the only song that anyone would ever know by Enya, unless you were like a fan and had gone to see them. But yeah, so yeah, Enya. Spa music. Hitting the spa circuits. Yes. Hitting the spa circuits. Yeah, for sure.
I like the crooners. I like the Frank Sinatra. I want to know that Tupac's favorite artist was Mel Torme.
Yeah.
Right. It puts a little smile on my heart there.
Yeah. There's a guy that we work with, and I was walking by him the one day, and I heard Frank Sinatra's voice, like, coming from his radio, and I was like, is that Frankie Blue Eyes? And he just kind of cracked a smile. Huh?
Who?
John and Brian Tanks, which means nothing to anybody listening to the show. But he was listening to Frank Sinatra. Well, so I thought. I go, is that Frankie Blue Eyes? And he kind of cracked a smile, and he goes, yeah. He goes, Logic sampled, Frank Sinatra bit, which Logic is a rapper. And I was like, oh, okay. Which, I mean, I like Logic. Boo. That's cool. But he, you know, he was listening to that one day, so I was kind of like laughing because I was like, I heard Frank. But not to sound like too much of a dork here, but I went through
too late. I don't know if you've heard the show already.
Yeah. I went through a big Rat Pack phase. I wasn't like dressed like them in school or anything, but I was a big Rat Pack fan, man. Like, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin. I was listening to them all the time, and it's so much so. I think I was about like 15, 16 years old. And we took our yearly trip to Myrtle Beach, our family vacation to Myrtle Beach. And while we were down there at one of the theaters in Myrtle Beach, there were a Rat Pack tribute group that was playing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
My parents took me to that, and that was really cool. We went to go, and they sounded great, and it was
That'd
really
be
cool.
awesome.
But I had a big Rat Pack phase. Yeah, I love that stuff, man. It's good shit.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would be on your? I don't know. A lot of people say that it's like a guilty pleasure, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
To me, I fuck guilty pleasure. If you like it, you like it. But
yeah.
I mean, I get what the term means.
Right.
Like, I guess if you would say there's a guilty pleasure for me that I enjoy the fuck out of Pink.
Okay. Pink. Yeah.
I mean, I will, and once again, I guess that puts in that realm of a guilty pleasure. I will roll my windows up and sing my heart's content some Pink song.
Yeah.
Driving down the road.
Yeah.
So what about you?
Yeah.
You got one of those?
So similar to the sentiment of what you said, it's kind of like, I don't really, I mean, I like a lot of different music. The only style of music I'm really not necessarily a fan of is country. It's just I don't really relate to it that much. But like, I wouldn't say I'd be embarrassed to, I like a couple Luke Bryan songs or Darius Rucker who did Hootie and the Blowfish, stuff like that.
See, Darius Rucker doesn't count.
No,
I mean, I don't care how country he sounds.
It's got a twang in the guitar now.
Right.
Yeah, he's the same. I don't know, but yeah, like, I mean, it's no secret my love for Hilary Duff. I know pretty much all of her songs. I don't know that I'd be embarrassed because that's what
I'm saying. You shouldn't be embarrassed, especially in this day and age. But there is that term.
My love for like Milli Vanilli and Celine Dion are more like in an ironic sense, and like I'll belt them out. I don't really care.
But for Hilary Duff, if you were driving down the road,
yeah,
would you belt out and sing along, or would you roll your windows up?
I'd probably just belt it out, like because I mean I'm gonna be passing these people soon. I don't know if I I like One Direction a lot. Like it's not, I like that. That's all good. I don't know that there's a type of music that I would be like embarrassed to be heard listening to so much as there are some bands that I'll go back and listen to like when I was maybe like in middle or high school that I don't really like as much now that I'm like, I don't necessarily advertise like a lot of the, like new metal bands and things like that. Like I wouldn't be super pumped for people to know how much I used to love like Korn and Disturbed and like Godsmack and stuff. Like I might be a little like embarrassed that actually
right there.
I really like that.
Right there, that explains what this podcast, what we've done about the different generations. Mm-hmm. That explains generations. I'm not even. Those are my favorite bands. I mean,
that's right.
My two favorite bands, like if I'm putting them on a list, Godsmack and Disturbed are in my top 5.
Okay.
Especially like past bands.
Sure. Yeah, I mean it's a place and time. And I mean still to this day. I mean, I will say that without any embarrassment whatsoever. Disturbed's first album, The Sickness, is probably in my top 3 of my personal favorites.
Absolutely,
it's a great album, and
absolutely.
Actually, I might be embarrassed to be heard listening to Trapped now after what a fuck nugget he turned out to be. But
see, I don't know anything about him.
Yeah,
I love Trapped. I went to see Trapped, back in the day.
Yeah, I've seen him many times. I was a big fan, man. I had all their albums, but. Yeah, he's kind of a racist piece of shit. And like,
oh, really?
Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot of people in the music communities that have tried to like get him to fight them and stuff. And they're like, okay, like that's I mean, he's a big time, I guess, conservative all of a sudden, and very vocal about a lot of xenophobic and racist and homophobic, transphobic, all that stuff. He's really so opinionated. Yeah, so. For that reason,
that is weird.
I had to write him off a little bit for that.
I get that.
Kind of go like, I can't really listen to them anymore. Like, I just don't enjoy it the same because I know that I really can't stand the person that's making the music, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
See, I'm not that guy. Personally, like, if, Michael Jackson, if it came out and they proved
right.
The things that he was accused of with the kids and whatnot, diddling kids. I wouldn't care. Yeah, I wouldn't shake his hand or be friends with him, especially now. You know,
I was
he's
going
quite
to say
dead.
I wouldn't recommend it, but yeah.
Right. But I mean, I don't. I can disassociate the artist with the human being.
Right.
I'm never gonna meet Michael Jackson or the guy from Trapped, so
You could probably meet the guy from Trapped.
That's true.
If you signed
went to
up
a
for
county fair,
there or like a QAnon online community, you could probably meet him pretty easy.
That's like people with restaurants that disagree. That people that own restaurants that disagree with my political points of view, and they're like, "Oh, I'm boycotting. I'm never gonna eat there or drink there." If you have a good sandwich, I don't give a fuck if you believe that the Easter Bunny, should eat children on a daily basis. Fine,
Right.
as long as they make a goddamn chicken sandwich that I enjoy, I'm cool. I don't give a shit what
you make an interesting point because I love Michael Jackson. I always have. Love his music. I mean, growing up, all his music videos were a event, and he was just this thing that was larger than life. He was an icon. He was an icon. He was a place and time all on his own. You know what I mean? And it was just its own thing. And for the longest time, I really stood by. I'm like, nah.
Really?
He didn't do that. He wouldn't do that. I think he's just misunderstood. I think people, I think people see an easy target because he's different and he's definitely weird. But
evidence.
Bro, I watched those HBO Finding Neverland documentaries. It's bad. It's pretty damning. It's pretty bad.
It's not good.
But you bet your ass for Black and White comes on, I'm belting every fucking word. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because it's
Billie
a good
Jean is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, it's just it sucks. Hate it.
And like I said, I don't give a shit because I feel bad for human beings that get involved, that happens to them. Wholeheartedly, I feel bad for them. But I am able to disconnect that. And is that wrong of me? I don't know. Let other people judge me. And once again, I am a big enough piece of shit. Other people judge me enough, so I don't give a fuck.
Sure.
So I don't have to, explain myself. I just know that I don't care if an artist or somebody in a movie or there's plenty of movie stars that I don't agree with. As long as they're talented and they make good movies, I don't give a shit what you do in your private time.
Right.
Or what you think. That's just me.
I think that's a valid point. I mean, it's, and at the same time, I think maybe that's what it is. Where on my side of things, when I see things, it almost ruins the allure. Maybe that's on me. I shouldn't cast what I think these people should be like. And and it's like I said, it's not always that way. It's just the dude from Travis, like it's one that's just it's really ruined the band for me. I'm like this whole thing that's been going online with him for the last couple of years. It's really ruined them for me.
It would be different if they changed their music to evolve to that, right?
What's
if
that?
They did if their music evolved to that,
if they're making songs that are like anthems for done. Like all this hateful stuff. Yeah,
if you make a Trump anthem, I'm not going to be a fan.
Well, I didn't listen to the new album. Not many people did by the streaming, but there might be one on there. I'm not sure. Yeah, but I mean, I think it's honestly all that stuff, whether it be movies or music or whatever art you're looking at or escapism. I mean, it's whatever. However it hits you, there's no right or wrong answer to any of that. It's kind of if you hear this or if you see this, did you enjoy it? Is it something that was thought-provoking or made you think or made you feel something or hit you in a certain way? Then enjoy it. And if you don't, then you don't. And if it's so there's not a right or wrong answer. But
somebody could tell me my favorite coffee shop. The owner, he really hates puppies. Does he grind them up and put them in his coffee? No. Well, then what the fuck do I care?
Right.
He's not physically serving me the coffee, explaining to me how awful puppies are. So what do I care?
Right.
He's in a tower in New York, killing puppies. It has nothing to do with my drinking coffee.
There's like if the Subway dude, like Jared, it's like Did they lose business over that, dude? Probably not, because they severed ties with him immediately. But
Right.
like, was he doing it in some way? Like, I you know what I mean? Like, it's not that I condone or that it's like not my problem. That's a pretty extreme example, but you know what I mean? Or like,
right.
For example, okay, you know, I'm very pro LGBTQ plus, but so
Sure.
when the Chick-fil-A, there was that thing a while ago,
Right?
And
that's actually what I've always been referencing when I say restaurant.
I never understood why people were surprised. I'm like, this place is closed on Sunday.
Right.
They're like the only fucking chain that's closed on Sunday.
Actually,
obviously,
if you're
looking for that, and you're gonna ask somebody who is clearly, openly old man and Christian, if you're asking him what he thinks about that stuff, and you don't get, I mean, I don't really know what you thought he thought. Like, I mean, I don't agree with him. I think it's fucked, but yeah, dude, that's not a shock. Like, I mean, yeah, like you said, if there's a discrepancy there, it should be that Chick-fil-A should be open on Sundays.
Right. That is the equivalent of the bands doing music for stuff I don't like. Yeah. When you don't open on Sundays, fuck you.
Right.
You know,
you service your God on your own time. This is my time to get a fucking chicken sandwich.
I'm sure you can find a teenager willing to open on a Sunday morning so you can go to church.
That's right. Agreed. We're solving the world's problems right here, right now.
That's what we do. That's what we do here on Convincing Idiots.
Absolutely.
Did you have you heard the reviews for Shang Chi?
I have not. Is it out?
No. But they did screeners for all the critics and stuff. So Rotten Tomatoes, it got like 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Some people saying it's like, I mean, it's up there, damn near perfect of a superhero movie.
Wow. So okay, now question. Do I have to see Doctor Strange to see this one? Or is this not going to make sense?
No,
I should probably see Doctor Strange to understand what this is.
If you don't watch Doctor Strange and you go to see Shang-Chi, you will probably go cross-eyed and piss your pants in the middle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That was the byline in the article there I read.
Okay. Well, I've done both separately, but I've never done them together, and I really don't want to.
It's unpleasant. You don't want to do it. You better watch Doctor Strange.
Okay. Well, I'll put that on my list. As far as you'd be proud. Okay. So
I'm always proud of you.
I thanks. I watched some stuff. I watched a couple things.
All right.
I have watched the first two episodes.
Watch your stuff.
I've watched the first two episodes of What If. So I'm on that. I'm on that now.
The Marvel one or the Creed song?
The Creed doc. Good.
Fantastic. I wanted to talk about that.
No, the Marvel ones.
Yes. What did you think?
So first of all, the animation's great. It's very into the Spider-Verse-esque, which you just said damn near a perfect superhero movie. That one's one for me. From the first time I saw it, I was like, it's a great story, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, but I'm like, I could also just watch that movie on mute, and I'd be fully entertained.
Sure.
Like, just the animation style,
and you would know what was still going on.
Yes, yeah. So
that was the beauty of that one.
But I thought the Black Panther Star-Lord one was really fun.
Yes.
They brought a lot into that.
How cool was it, Thanos?
With Thanos being on his side.
That was awesome.
Was very cool.
I mean, if you think about it, you're like, if you thought about it too much, you're like, all right, this is a little silly. Right. But if you just take it for the face value,
it's a what if. You're supposed to have fun with it. That's the whole thing.
Exactly.
So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that episode.
First one, not so much.
The first one,
okay.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I didn't know if I was biased. Personally, I've been bored to death by every bit of Captain America content that Marvel has given me. And I know that's not everybody because Captain America is a big one, and like that's people love that's. All of the movies bored the shit out of me. The only one I watched a little bit of was Civil War because I found out that Black Panther was in it. So I watched like as much of it to see that part in the battle scene. But like, I'm not interested in the character or any of his movies.
Civil War to me was the worst Marvel movie.
It was, I mean,
it was boring. It seemed like it came in the middle of it. Like I didn't understand what was, like, did I miss something? And I literally had to pause the movie to see if it skipped for some reason.
Yeah.
And that started off annoying me, and then
I think that might be why I have. I don't know if it's something against the character, but like the Winter Soldier, I'm like, I don't fucking care about this character because he's a spin-off character of a main character of a whole set of movies that I don't care about. So I'm like, I just really don't care about that character.
The haircut helped. Like, to me, it always looked like a wig on the dude.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when they cut his hair for the TV show, I'm like, for some reason, this makes it better. I don't know why.
To me, I don't know if you're familiar with the band or the guy, but he looks exactly to me like the lead singer of Bullet for My Valentine. Like, he looks just like, he's his doppelganger. Oh, yeah. He looks just like him. It's crazy. Every time I see him, I'm like, that looks like Matt Tuck from Bullet for My Valentine.
Well, he also looks a lot like a young Mark Hamill, too.
Yeah, I could see that.
Mark Hamill actually goes out of his way to wish his quote-unquote son happy birthday and stuff. He always, tweets about, because he's always stated like how much he looks like a younger version. He always said if they would do a prequel or whatnot to do a young Luke Skywalker, they should have Sebastian Stan as
That's
Luke.
Cool. Yeah, I can see that. That's funny. Yeah, but I mean, like you said, the first episode, I'm kind of like, we're watching it, and that's what Robin said. She goes, God, even the What If Captain America's boring. Like, I just can't, like, like, I wasn't, I mean, it's a cool idea, like, the premise of Captain Carter, but, like, I just wasn't super. Do you know what the next one will be, or is slated to be? What the next episode?
I think the zombie one, if I'm not mistaken. And it drops tomorrow. It drops on Wednesdays.
Cool.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, what I was going to say about Captain Carter is the same as Captain America. Not the best version of the Marvel Universe, but necessary. It's necessary for the backstory to explain other things, to get other things later in the universe.
To further the plot line. Yeah.
Right. So although not as exciting as the rest, it is necessary for story.
Okay. Yeah.
So I watched the first one. I don't know if I actually watched Winter Soldier. Honestly, I don't think I did.
I don't know. They kind of run together for me. The two. I mean, I know which one Civil War is because obviously that's him versus Iron Man, and there's Black Panther and Ant-Man and all the Falcon and all that stuff. The first two kind of run together for me, or the other. I don't even know what order they go in. It is, right? It's the first one, the first Avenger, then the Winter Soldier, then Civil War came out, which led into Avengers, right? Or something like that. Or led into Black Panther, which led into Avengers, and
Yeah, there's a few in between somewhere, smaller characters or what shit.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's a cool show, though. Visually, very captivating, I thought. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing different episodes and seeing what kind of fun stuff they come up with.
Yeah, the zombie one should be neat. I think that's tomorrow, or this. I guess when this drops, it'll be yesterday.
Yeah.
So go watch it.
Yeah, I won't talk too much about this because you said you don't have Amazon Prime, but I watched that Val Kilmer documentary that Brian was talking about, and that was really good.
Oh,
really good.
See, I should have watched that. I was at Meg's I think Sunday.
Yeah.
And she has Prime, so I watched. Well, I'm a huge fan of The Boys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right, the show. Yeah, the superhero
my God,
show.
It's so good.
Okay.
If you ever get a chance, man, it will hook you right away. But yeah, that's what I continued watching. So, but I should have watched the Val Kilmer one.
It's just I don't know. I see stuff like that, and I see, like Brian had mentioned in the previous episode. He had a video camera pretty early on, and even into childhood, and so he's documented tons of his life. And I'm just watching this, and I'm like, what a cool thing to be able to do. Not only have you lived this life that you've lived, you've become a movie star, and you've met all these other famous people, and you've done all these, and been all these beautiful places, and done all these crazy things, and he's lived a very interesting life, and his family as well. But to be able to document that on video is very cool. We watched it Saturday morning, and then Saturday evening we were out at dinner, and I just looked at Robin and I was like, I feel really bad for Val Kilmer. Like, it's just out of the blue. I'm like, man, like, and because of the he has the tube and stuff, and he doesn't talk very well and things like that. I don't know when the last time I saw Val Kilmer was before this, but I didn't really realize what shape, he's, physically he's, older and stuff and, things like that. But I mean, he's, all things considered, he's in good spirits about the whole thing. So that's a really nice thing. But, yeah, I just, I'm like, what an incredible thing to be able to document and to have his son narrate and to show it does a really great job of jumping back and forth between childhood, his life now, and following his career through all the things that you know about Val Kilmer and things you didn't. And so just really cool. And just struck me as a very just unique individual, very artistic minded, obviously, and just, I don't know, just a really cool guy. So it was a really cool glimpse into his life and his story and stuff like that. But I really, really enjoy it. I really would recommend that. It was
I'm
cool.
going to check it out.
Yeah. So, but that was good. Yeah, I was proud of myself. I'm like, look at me. I'm watching stuff that the guys are watching, and I can talk about stuff, even though you guys already talked about it. But I'm
the one out.
Now I'm talking about it, right? Yeah.
Look at that.
So we'll discuss Val Kilmer's biopic for a third time after Dean's seen it.
Now, what we got to do is we got to figure out something to watch that Brian hasn't watched, so we can rub it in his face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what do we want to rub in his face? Ooh, what things could we rub in Brian's face? Like rub his face right, like grab him by the back of the head and just rub his face in it.
I've got a couple ideas.
Do you? Okay, we'll figure that out, and then we'll
do it offline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while we do that, this is probably. I think we've gone. We've gone over an hour, maybe.
I believe so. This is.
I would guess.
Yeah.
We miss Brian.
Yeah.
And we hope that whatever surgery below the voice that's happening, he won't tell us, but we're just assuming that he's having a second asshole put on, I would guess.
The first one's pretty haggard right about now. It's seen some shit. The second one is due by popular demand. The second one is coming in.
I wore this one out.
Asshole replacement surgery.
Just put it next to it.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So, all righty. Well, shit. Can you say something else real quick? Just say something. Just go ahead and start talking.
I can say that.
Okay, I'm going to do the Dean interruption. Okay. I just want to interrupt in this place where Dean normally would, except for Dean won't be closing out, so I'm going to interrupt. I think this is a great opportunity to pat ourselves on the back. I think.
Oh, let's do it right here. Barry Horowitz.
With the hopes and the assumption that this whole episode recorded, and that this actually gets to see the light of day. I think it went pretty well. I think
anything that we did here, Nick, it doesn't matter as long as the term Nicky Meat gets out there into the world.
Nicky Meat to the world. Nicky Meat to the world. That's
Nicky Meat to the world.
I think we're on pretty good behavior. I mean, I guess we'll wait to hear from Brian when he's editing, and he'll be like, man, you guys said fuck a lot. But I really don't fucking think we did.
If he's upset, do you think he'll spank us? I hope so.
Maybe we'll spank him back.
Ooh.
Gotta watch it though now with that second asshole on the side. We gotta be sensitive. It's new.
You just hear.
And with the side asshole jokes, we're going to wrap this up. This has been Convincing Idiots. If you are not familiar, if you missed the beginning of the show, I don't know why the hell you'd listen to the second half, not the first half, but if that's what you did, or you didn't hear the beginning of the show, we are on the interwebs. We have a website. It's called convincingidiots.wordpress.com. That's WORDPRESS, convincingidiots.wordpress.com. You can also, is there a link to our link tree? That'd be sweet if there was. I've
linked to the link tree.
Is there? I don't know if there's a link to our link tree on the website. It seems redundant, but it would be interesting. I don't think there is. I think there's a link to all the things. Also, if you just want to bypass all the bullshit and the WordPress, you can just Google Convincing Idiots link tree, LINKUTREE, Tree. You'll find our Instagram, our Twitter, our Facebook, our YouTube, our email, different platforms to listen to our podcast. All that happy horse shit will be there for you. So,
and you.
So, for this episode of Convincing Idiots, I am a millennial, and my name is Nicholas.
I am the Xennial. They call me Dean.
And have we convinced you this week that we don't need Brian? I'm not.
No.
I'm not convinced we don't need him because I'm not convinced this actually recorded at all.
No, so I doubt it, but
well, maybe he'll come back.
I miss Brian.
Me too.
Come
back. Recording. So you are going to have the copy of this recording. When you're in your main menu at Ring Central, you go on the tab that says video. And then when you're on the video tab, there's up in the right-hand corner, there's 3 little dots.
Okay.
You hit that and it'll show you, it should show you your recordings or whatever, or things that have been saved. Now, when I got to it and I went to the thing, it said that I had to ask for permission, basically because you recorded it and it wasn't me, so it wouldn't give me access to it.
Okay.
So now when you go out of here and you're back at your main menu,
well, how do you start? Because I found a different way to do that, except I didn't stop the video, I paused it, so I got to stop the video to process.
Oh, okay.
So how do we stop the video? Stop video like this? Nope, that's just me. That was just me. Okay. So it's still recording.
It would have been so handy to ask Brian last week before we...
Right.
that happened.
Ham gravy.